One day into the Acropolis Rally, there are big surprises atop the leaderboard. Ford Marco Martin has proven his strong run in Cyprus was no fluke. He turned an early charge in Greece into a big overall lead. And amazingly, Freddie Loix in the Hyundai sits in second, making his best showing of the year. But 4 drivers are within 20 seconds of Loix, and today the starting order runs in reverse. Will the big names catch Martin and Loix, or will the apple cart remain upside down in day 2? Leg 2 of the Acropolis Rally coming your way. The dust, the rocks of Greece, and the Acropolis Rally, round 7 of the World Championship. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Despain. This rally, one of the classics on the championship tour, taking place on the Greek mainland. Ceremonial start in the capital of Athens. But the action in this one really is in the hills northwest of Athens, centered around the host town, Epteia, the single-service park in the shadow of Mount Parnassos. Day 1, 6 stages, plenty of drama. So far the season has been dominated by Peugeot, but the championship leader, Marcus Grönholm, ended the day in 7th spot. He had a spin right here that cost him several frustrating seconds. The reigning world champ, Richard Burns, 1 place ahead of his colleague in 6th, leaving Finland's Ari Rovanperä to spearhead the French team's challenge. He's in 4th spot. Subaru also had a disappointing first day. Petter Solberg, a series of spins. He lost well over a minute. The car refused to start after one of those pirouettes. Fastest team of the day's last stage then suggested the Norwegians still had not given up, however. The team leader, Tommy Mäkinen, was destined for retirement, his 5th of the year. Power steering, brake problems, look how hard he's working there. Hey, looks down at the wrong moment. This dip drags the nose of the car sideways. Front wheel ripped off by a rock. No help from the spectators. They let the wheel roll down the hill. Didn't really matter. He had to go get it, but at that point, his race was over. Loose gravel on the road penalized those running in the early positions. Those further back benefited. Thomas Rodstrom, for example, gave Citroën its first ever fastest stage on gravel. And the Hyundais had a great day. Armin Schwartz eventually dropped to 7th after leaving service late, incurring a time penalty. But Freddie Loix, another stage winner, starts day 2 in 2nd place after a great drive. But the day belonged to this pair, Marco Martin and co-driver Michael Park. Fastest on 3 of the 6 stages. Their Ford Focus led the rally by over 50 seconds at the end of the day. Now, their 4 teammates were handicapped a bit by road position. Here's Colin McRae. 1 poor tire choice and getting in Solberg's dust slowed him a little bit. And Carlos Sainz was pretty unhappy. He ended up being the road sweeper all day. Nevertheless, all 3 Fords ended day 1 in the top 5. Martin's lead impressive by any standard. But behind the Estonian, just 21 seconds covered the rest of the point-paying spots. The chasing pack led by Marcus Grönholm, with both the Citroën Zaras in the top 10, a minute and a half down or so on the leader. Day 2 promising more drama, even hotter. This shot of Francois Delacour also shows just how bad the dust can be, although the main handicap still the tiny rocks have to be cleared for the later cars. Those things will puncture a tire. 6 more stages make up day 2, beginning to the southwest of the Parnassos Service Park, before a pair to the east, and then a repeat of the opening 2 tests, 98 miles in all. Well, it won't be gravel, but rather dust the Peugeots have to worry about. They start today, stage 7, when we come back.
The FIA World Rally Championship is brought to you by Subaru. Visit us online at Subaru.com to see the full line of Subaru all-wheel drive vehicles. And by American Plastics. Plastics make it possible.
From a co-driver's point of view, the most important thing here is the line. And to read the notes to position the car exactly where you want it on the road. If you get out of what we call the line, the ideal place on the road, you're going to get into trouble. And this is a typical example. If you came around this left-hand corner here and cut the exit of the corner, then this is going to take your wheel off. No question about it. That is the end of your rally. So you have to read the pace note exactly right, and that is probably one of the most difficult things of this rally.
One left, tightens, tight, one, don't cut.
Is getting the cuts, the don't cuts, the keep outs, the keep ins, and all those little fine things have to be spot on.
There you have it. We go to stage 7, first of the day. 15 miles of fairly open track, but as the virtual spectator shows, it starts with a long, long climb before the road runs along a ridge, then descends back into the valley toward the stage finish. The temperature today approaching 100 degrees. It is going to be a very difficult challenge.
Less than 3 seconds between you and Freddie. Can you catch him today?
Yeah, for sure, we'll try. These first 2 stages are going to be a good telltale of what's going to happen.
Do you think there's any chance of catching Marco today without him having a problem?
I don't know, because he was driving very well, sometimes much quicker than us, but at least we're going to try, and it's also important we can keep the boys behind us.
Marco, you've got a lead of 50 seconds, but you can't afford to relax today.
No, definitely not. There's no chance to relax. It's a long way to go, and nothing is decided.
Very, very long pass.
All right, the top 15 start today in reverse order. So Juha Kankanen's Hyundai was first into the stage. A persistent electrical fault still has not been traced down, so the car was a little down on power. Major work planned for the next service area.
Left
Despite that problem, a very impressive performance for the Hyundais here.
100, easy left, keep in and long pass right and long medium left, over crest.
Kankanen, a 4-time world champion, 4 titles in 8 years, in 3 different Mesa cars.
50, medium right, 30, very, very long K left, very, very long K right.
If that Hyundai was down on power, in the Mitsubishi case, it was the Cruise down on power. Their hotel kitchen caught fire overnight, and the drivers and co-drivers spent an hour outside while the firefighters fought the blaze. A sleepy Alistair McRae, only 15th fastest, while Francois Delacroix was 7 seconds slower. Marcus Gronholm in the unfamiliar position of being the lowest of the 3 Peugeot drivers. He, though, was 5th quick on the stage, moved up to 6th on the leaderboard. Richard Burns knew his road position was far better than the previous day. He sensed his chance to move up the order. He and co-driver Robert Reed storming the stage. Fastest time so far, moving from 6th to 5th overall.
Left, medium right, plus in. 20, medium left minus, tightens maybe. 50, K left, plus in. 40, medium left, tightens, 20, 90 right, low, 30, flat right, 100, long crest, to left, max, long, 60, flat left, to flat left, 20, medium right, plus to medium right, and opens, 150, slight left, 70, slight right, 100, flat left 60, flat left plus in, opens, 100, flat left, tightens maybe to flat left long, 70, flat right, minus long to flat right 40, medium left plus, in long, opens, 70, K right plus, the K right plus long, 80, left max, 70, flat left plus 80, slight right 80, fast left minus 20, medium left plus 70, slight left, 80, slight right braking, 70, K right, to K right, tightens, long, 50, easy left, to flat left, 20 flat right, 120, flat left to easy left, plus in.
Right here in the pace
flat
notes
left
in
minus
English, did you note the bare sleeves there? It's hot inside that car. Now, Carlos Sainz and Luis Moya also determined to try and improve on their restart position. And in the Spaniards' case, things don't go according to plan. Let's give a listen.
Para derecha, derecha, que en cuarta. Ahí va. Hostia, te engañó.
Madre, me engañó Luis. Apágalo, me cago en su madre. Me engañó Luis. Apágalo, me cago en su puta madre.
Bueno, la puta leche. Para la derecha, derecha, que en cuarta de tierra. Para izquierda, buena paso de tierra. Mierda, coño. Izquierda, buena paso de tierra. Para derecha, rápido, ojo, corta, se abre. Para izquierda, cae en cuarta. Para uno. Rasante en derecha, derecha, cae en cuarta. Acaba rápida menos. Para izquierda rápida más, no lo sé. Para uno, rasante en derecha acá, frenando mucho. Para izquierda media.
Notice here the road's been swept pretty well clear of rocks. Yesterday, Sainz was in the position of being the guy sweeping all those rocks away.
Para izquierda abrirse uno. Rasante en izquierda acá, se cierra. Para derecha buena más, se cierra, abrirse. Derecha acá, poco tarde, se cierra.
I have continued straight in a junction. I thought the road was straight. I stalled the engine, reverse.
They obviously just missed the note, so Sainz drops 2 places to 7th. So small the gap between the drivers, though. McRae would fare much better, knew that Freddie Loick's 2nd place was within reach. Richard Burns' time on your screen as a comparison here.
And opens into 6 left over crest. And right tightens to 5 minus. And 6 left, opens long. Okay.
There you go, McRae 9/10 of a second quicker than Burns, and now the fastest on the stage thus far. So, the gauntlet is down. How will the 2 up front respond? We'll find out. We welcome you back. Day 2 from Greece. This man, Freddie Loick, one of yesterday's sensations, but things are now very different. Road conditions today not helping Freddie very much.
Bocht 50 opgepast, maar links, rechts 82 kort. Om even links afvoor. Om even links afvoor. Rechts afvoor. En bocht 75, opgepast, top rechts 92 tegen rij, asfalt. Om splitsing links afvoor. Om splitsing links afvoor, 250. 250, T-links 72 voorbanden, om 100. T-links 72 voorbanden, om 100. Om 100.
Loick's new to this team, came over from Mitsubishi at the end of last season. The Hyundai team have been contesting World Rally since the mid-90s. This is one of their better runs.
75, even links om 25, rechts 73. Om 50. Om 50, links 83, rechts afvoor. Links 83, rechts afvoor. Links afvoor en 100.
See the crowds, we're into the Greek weekend, and that will become part of the story very soon.
Rechts 110, links 112 borduur, 150, rechts 82 min bank. 150, rechts 82 min bank, links 72 min couperen. Links 72 min couperen, om 50. Om 50, rechts 63. Om 50. Om 50, links 102 afval. Even rechts, links 110 lading couperen. En 50. Even links 92 min. Om rechts 63. Links afval. Om rechts 63, links afval.
Yeah, you see the struggle there. It begins to look like perhaps the Cinderella story will come to an end. And indeed, Loick's will finish the stage nearly 13 seconds down on the Ford. The clock at right will tell the time.
Direct naar 120, flying finish. Om 50 links afvoor. Ja. Ik vond het niet slecht.
You didn't make any mistakes, but the calling was just a little bit quicker, I think. Yeah. So okay, I had a good run, but sorry. but I couldn't go quicker.
Positive mental attitude, always the key. But the rally leader still to come. Could Marco Martin rise to McRae's challenge?
Flat left into 5 minus right. 23 plus left long. And 3 plus right. 20. 3 plus left heavy. 4 right. And 4 left heavy.
Go where you look. It's an old rule in racing.
30, easy left into 6 minus right. 80, easy left.
So there you see the time. Marco 2.1 seconds slower than the Ford. In fact, Petter Solberg, 17th overnight, was fastest on the stage. Let the co-driver deliver the good news.
14.00.
Had a restrained reaction from the Norwegian. He knows he's got a lot of ground to make up after all those spins yesterday. Now, to get an idea of just how much time Carlos Sainz lost by going straight earlier, we'll call in the services of the virtual spectator. Solberg was already headed off into the distance. Sainz neck and neck with McRae and Burns. And then he makes the mistake and goes straight. Doesn't look like a lot. Watch the string of cars that go by before he can get that focus pointed the right direction again. That's how close things are in this form of competition. That's what happens as a result of even the slightest error. And so the positions at the head of the leaderboard, well, no change. Martin's still 51 seconds or so clear, but second, third, fifth, and sixth all changed hands. Sainz now seventh, fuming at his mistake. Stage 8 from Greece and Skoda's challenge, led by 14th place Tony Gardemeister, the Finn ahead of both Kenneth Eriksson and Stig Blomqvist, despite worrying about an upset stomach. Hyundai, of course, all about Freddie Lloyd, hoping that he would continue his day one performance, but maybe it was pressure, maybe it was road position. Today just was not the magical day that we saw yesterday.
En 50 smal. Top 25, rechts onder de 10 links, smal top 25, rechts onder de 10 links, om 75. Rechtsleuner, even rechts 90, kort, links 70.
Fast Freddy, they call him. Most promising Belgian rally driver in a generation.
En 50 links, 82 rots, om 50, rechts 92. Om 50, rechts 92. En smal even links, rechts 72 links. En smal even links, rechts 72 links. Links, rechts 72, min breed. Links, ik heb al lang gezegd, hè.
Direct links moet dat zijn.
Little mistakes, big consequences.
Direct links, rechts 72 min breed, 100 en 100. Stopje even
If we
rechts op
spoke
25
Flemish, we might be
links,
able
70
to learn more about his reaction. The key, though, forget the mistake, focus, get back on pace.
Links daarvoor kort en 100. En 100. Links daarvoor lang. Links daarvoor lang, om 75, even rechts daarvoor. Om 100, links 82, opent net niet. Rechts sluit naar 80, boom. Links 82, opent net niet. Rechts sluit naar 80, boom. Rechts sluit naar 80, boom. Om links 63 min. Om links 63 min. En direct even links 72, rechts 80. En direct even links 72, rechts 80. En
Big
50,
slip in the standings today for Freddie Lloyd and the Hyundai. Like Carlos Sainz on the previous stage, he fell to 7th, which allowed Richard Burns into the podium position for the first time. Number 1, indicating the world champion. We'll keep an eye on the clock and get an idea of just how much time that spin actually cost Lloyd.
Fast left plus 50, fast left minus in 30, medium right, tightens long.
This time for Carlos Sainz, no mistakes, neat and tidy on stage 8. He and Luis Moya, third fastest, enabling them to actually snatch a position back from Gronholm in the process.
Para izquierda acá corta de tierra, abrirse 1. Derecha izquierda calenta corta, Sasar.
And the next Peugeot driver on Sainz list, Ari Rovanpera, now just 1.1 seconds ahead of the Ford. His 206 suffered a puncture on the stage, which cost a few precious seconds. It was, though, still a Ford 1-2. Colin McRae and Nicky Grist, fourth fastest, losing around 6 seconds to the rally leader.
Crest tightens into slow 4 right, and left tightens to slow 4, into 4 left, opens long, and 6 right, and 3 right plus opens and tightens to 4 minus over crest.
Enjoy the
Into
English.
4
Keep in
left,
mind this team have won
opens long,
4 of the last 6 rallies here.
and 6 right, into 6 right over crest, 50, 5 right plus line, and 6 left, into 6 right, 70, okay, crest and 2 left tightens. Hairpin right. .30, 6 left line, 30, 5 right and 3 left opens, into 3 right plus and 3 left minus over crest.
So a good run, but it seemed Marco Martin and Michael Park had risen to their teammates' challenge. Quickest so far, their lead having grown to 57 seconds, but there was still Petter Solberg to come. Subaru driver, having climbed 3 places thanks to winning stage 7, now had one eye on a top 10, but one of the more bizarre incidents of the season about to hit Solberg and Phil Mills. Listen in.
Get the tools for the steering. Get the tools for the steering. 2 right minus tightens, keep in, 30. Get the tools!
The steering wheel is coming loose. He wants the tools.
See what I can do.
So Mills goes digging for the onboard toolkit. Solberg has to drive blind, no pace notes. But I guess the thought of the steering wheel coming off in his hands means living without the notes is a relative thing. The toolbox is behind the seat, making that a bit of a challenge for Mills. Looking for the right tool. Look at this.
It's completely tight.
Now, amazingly, despite all of that, they were second fastest on the stage and climbed to 11th overall.
Because we were getting the tools.
But just look at that wheel moving on the next road section. Oh, man.
It's difficult to see when you're driving that is loose there. I thought it was in the middle there.
So Martin maintains the rally lead. How about that adventure, Petter?
I told Phil to go back in the car and get the tools, and he got the tools and we tightened it, but it was already tightened, so it was the other bolts around the steering wheel. So we drove approximately 7 kilometers without pace notes, just because of the safety, that we didn't take any risks because of the steering wheel.
The last stage, the beginning part, was so difficult for me. I couldn't find the proper gear. First and second was too short. Third, he couldn't manage anymore to climb up, and I lost time like hell. Get a little bit frustrated, make a spin, and then down. I took back 12 seconds, but okay, the time I lost was too much.
Mission accomplished this morning. You managed to catch Freddie Loix.
Yeah, we passed Freddie quite convincingly. We just need to really keep the pace up now, and the times are good. Everybody's staying about the same. Marco had another good time there, but we're quite happy at the moment.
What about the complexion of the next couple of stages? We've got Alatia, that's a long one there.
No, it's probably my favourite stage in the rally, so I'm looking forward to that.
So that'll be a big Burns attack?
Every stage is, but maybe a bigger one on this one.
All right, hold station. Rally is back in a minute. We go to stage 9. The 2002 Acropolis Rally continues. This would hold mixed fortunes for the dominant Peugeot team. Marcus Gronholm, 4th quickest on the stage. Elevated to 3rd overall thanks to that earlier misfortune for Freddie Loix. He is your runaway championship point leader. for a ride here with the man who has been the best in the business this year by a wide margin.
8. Oikein eri kivi sisällä ahdasta. 8. Ja oikein pitkä eri miinus kirraa vähän. 120. Vasemmalle ja vasen nopee. 100. Oikein eri helppo ja vasen eri helppo. 7. Oikein eri lyhyt kivi sisällä ja vasen eri jouhee. Ja nyppy 5 vasen pitkä eri. 120. Oikein piru pitkä eri miinus, kirraa yli nypyn.
Keep in mind now this is the new Peugeot, so to speak, although the car really hasn't been changed very much. It's just refinements on the 2001. Not an issue of any sort of teething problems that would be likely. Some aerodynamic changes, a few little tweaks.
7.
Paddle shifter, he works it with his right hand.
100. Nyppytäys -7 ja oikein eri yli nypyn jatkuu oikein pitkä eri miinus. 120. Ja oikein laita vasen nopee kivi sisällä.
Gronholm won the Cyprus Rally. What is perhaps most remarkable is the extent of his point lead. It's huge, despite the fact that he was disqualified in Argentina. So it's been a combination of victory and consistency that have put this guy in the driver's seat. Well, that and a lot of bad luck for others. There were, of course, 2 Peugeots in the top 3, and all too familiar situation. As he predicted, Richard Burns set the fastest time, moved up into 2nd place with a good run on this stage. But it was not all good news for the French team. Another puncture for Ari Rovanperä. The flat run mousse didn't work as well this time. That's the material they put in the tire to make it run flat, basically. He dropped to 6th place behind Freddie Loix and Sainz.
Jatkaa lyhyt vasen eri miinus. 8. Hae lopussa vasen eri miinus kääntyy yli 5.
You can hear the tire rattling against the bottom of the car. The tire is flat, and the mousse is not working. So he's struggling. Speed, of course, is a relative thing. I'd say he's going pretty quickly for a guy riding on 3 tires.
Vittu! Tää homma ihan perseelle. BC for is to stay to game, but we lose 1 tire again.
All right, we move on to the Fords. Carlos Sainz and Luis Moya had not enjoyed the first day very much, but they're now engaged in a battle with Gronholm for 3rd, a scrap for a podium position, and that's exactly the kind of situation Carlos enjoys. His teammate, McRae, on the other hand, he's happiest when there's a chance to win, and here there is a chance to win, in addition to frightening our cameraman. He is 2nd fastest on the stage. And look what happens in terms of the overall results. He's a little slower than Burns on the section. With the yellow and black number that pops up his overall position.
6 left over crest.
Bingo. Now, how did this happen? Well, it's the story of misfortune. We started with Freddie Loix, 2nd yesterday, had the spin. He's now back at 5th overall. Now we go with the leader. This is Marco Martin. He has led the event from the beginning. He continues to lead on this stage until, give a listen. Yep, yet another puncture. This one with 9 miles to go. You hear the tire rattling against the bodywork. He has to stop and change it. And there you see how crushing this is for this young Estonian driver. Heartbreak right there.
No, basically we got the puncture just like that without hitting anything, and just it was so bad that we had to stop and change it, because otherwise we would have broken the suspension and something. So it's a long way to go. So lost many minutes, I think, because it's not so easy with that.
We've gained the lead, unfortunately. Marco had a puncture there, which could have happened to anyone. The stage condition is pretty bad, so all you can do is go as quick as you can and hope that you don't pick up a puncture.
There's the picture that may be remembered as the story of this rally. Marco Martin thinking about what might have been. And suddenly the top four all within grasp of the lead. What's going to happen? Stay tuned. Want to impress your friends with your vast motorsports knowledge? I suggest catching Speed News every Saturday, a half hour, Sunday, a 1 hour wrap up. It's all at 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays and Sundays on Speed. Well, stage 10 in Greece canceled for safety reasons. Organizers concerned, too many spectators, too many parked cars at certain points along the road, and so the crews just motored on to Parnassos in service.
Nicky into the lead due to the misfortune of Marco Martin.
It is unfortunate, but a lead is a lead, and at least it's in the same team, so something to be thankful for.
The gap is very, very similar to Colin. I think we took 1 second off him over that, nearly 40 kilometres, so he's pushing very hard as well. We just got to try and do the same thing on the next two and all the stages tomorrow. It's going to be tough to beat him, though.
Can you hang on to that lead? Richard said he's going to go for it.
I think he's been going for it all day, and we've been with him all the way, so of course nothing failing or nothing letting us down. I'm sure we can.
Freddie, after those problems this morning, back up to 5th, that's not bad after Elatia.
No, it's not bad at all, and we did a quite good time on the long stage, and I was very lucky to be on the finish because the last 5-6 kilometers in that stage, our all left out of shock, and we had no front left shock anymore, so I was very happy when they cancelled the next stage.
What happened on stage 9?
About 15 k's after start is one Serb, and there is more ruts. Right front tires going outside the rims.
And it's no secret that Colin McRae and Richard Burns are not necessarily the best of friends. It'll be interesting to see what happens when we come back. They're 1-2. Stage 11 of the Acropolis Rally, the second run of the day through the bauxite stage, but a lot of loose stones thrown up by the earlier run. Driving line, though, a lot clearer than it had been in the morning when Marcus Gronholm almost 22 seconds faster than he'd been just 7 hours before.
8 ja Vaseri miinuskirraa suppuu kivi. 7 ja Vaseri helppo.
Richard Burns lost 8 seconds to his colleague, and so the gap between third and second spots now down to less than 20 seconds.
Race 10 fast right plus opens. 70. Flat left. 150.
Ari Robin-Pera's front wing indicating a little bit of damage, but whatever it was hasn't cost him much time. 6th fastest on the stage and still 6th overall. So much for the Peugeots. What about the Fords? Carlos Sainz, 7th quickest, dropping over 11 seconds to the charging Gronholm. McRae, the rally leader, 4th quick, putting another 5 seconds on the chasing Burns. After yesterday's performance by Martin and Loix, today's leaderboard now starting to look a bit more familiar.
6 right and left and right and 6 left opens. Into 6 left opens. Into long left.
Now behind the interesting scrap for the podium spot, Solberg quietly repeated his morning stage win. And so on a hot day, the rally leader changing tires while the world champion looks on.
Yeah. Yours done as well, sir.
Thank you, Richard Burns. Less than a minute now covering 1st to 4th. Everyone evenly spaced out, 20 seconds or so apart. Real battle, it would seem, between Solberg, now 8th, and Sebastian Loeb, just 4.4 seconds ahead. A devastated Marco Martin, still 9th. Welcome back, day 2, Acropolis Rally on Speed. Time now for that part of the show you purists tell us you just can't get enough of. Enjoy the ride. Your commentator to start, Nicky Grist.
50. 6 left, keep out. And 5 left. 30. 3 left, keep out and slow 3 left. Into 3 right, plus line. And 3 left, opens. 50. 3 left, tightens. And 3 right, minus, opens. 30, 4 right, plus, opens. Into crest and slow 4 left, opens. Into 4 right, minus. 30, slow 4 left, over crest, tightens. Into slow 4 right. And left tightens to slow 4, and 3 right, plus opens and tightens to 4 minus over crest. Into 4 left, opens long. And 6 right. Into 6 right over crest, 50. 5 right plus line. And 6 left. Into 6 right, 70. Okay, crest and 2 left, tightens. 50. Heavy right. 30. 6 left line. 30. 5 right and 3 left, opens. Into 3 right plus and 3 left minus over crest.
Ja oikein täys. 8. Hae oikein helppo suppu. 8. Oikein eri kivi sisällä ahdasta. 8. Ja oikein pitkä eri miinus kirraa vähän. 120. Vasemmalle ja vasen nopee. 100. Oikein eri helppo ja vasen eri helppo. 7. Oikein eri lyhyt kivi sisällä ja vasen eri jouhee. Ja nyppy 5 vasen pitkä eri. 120. Oikein piru pitkä eri miinus, kirraa yli nypyn.
Sassar, para izquierda calenta. Ojo. Para derecha rápido, ojo, se cierra. Acaba rápido, ojo, poco tarde, se cierra mucho, rasante. Sassar, para izquierda rápida, ojo. Acaba rasante, abrirse, 1. Derecha rasante, que izquierda acá, posible cuarta, se abre. Para derecha cae en cuarta. Ahí va. Hostia, te engañó.
Puta madre, me engañó, Luis. Apágalo, me cago en su puta madre.
Pone la puta leche. Para la derecha cae en cuarta de tierra, para izquierda buena paso de tierra. Mierda, coño. Izquierda buena paso de tierra. Para derecha cae rápido, ojo, corta, se abre. Para izquierda cae en cuarta, para 1. Rasante en derecha cae en cuarta.
All right, one more stage to go. Stay right where you are and we'll be right back.
Para izquierda rápida más, no sé, para 1. Rasante en derecha acá, frenando mucho, para izquierda media.
Twelfth and final stage of the rally for the day. Another repeat stage, so the road surface has been swept pretty much clean of rocks. Marcus Grönholm, clearly a man on a mission. Over 10 seconds faster than Burns, despite this bit of a moment.
Vasen nopee ja oikein nopee.
Burns, though, was not exactly hanging around. Despite going 6 seconds faster than he had in the morning, he will nonetheless start the final day less than 10 seconds ahead of his teammate.
Medium right, tightens long.
Little of the pressure taken off the two Peugeot drivers. Carlos Sainz lost about 40 seconds. Gearbox trouble.
Para derecha calentero cortarse tierra y se abre. Para izquierda buena más corta. Para derecha buena más corta. Para izquierda acá se cierra. Para derecha, hoy va. Derecha buena más ojo corta, no cortada. Abrirse derecha acá. Frenando. Para izquierda buena en tercera ras. Para derecha buena corta en tercera se abre. Para fondo, izquierda buena más, se cierra. Para derecha rápida, ojo. Para izquierda buena más, ojo.
And up front, no worries for the rally leader, Colin McRae, fourth fastest. He is on the verge of taking his 5th win in Greece. Day 3's 4 stages, all that now stand between him and victory. Quickest on the stage, the other Ford Focus, the unlucky Marco Martin. Great shot.
24 left into 3 plus right. Sounds like a rear-wheel drive car.
But for that flat tire. And this time it was Freddie Loik's turn to have problems. He lost around 20 seconds. The Accent suspension broken. Still 5th on the day, but day 2 had not gone anything like day 1.
Links 83 pits, om 100. Opgepast, krijgt zeer lang. Sluit naar 90, sluit naar 62. Links 60, lading borduur. Sluit naar 90, sluit naar 62. Links 60, lading borduur. Om 50. Om 50 krijgt dat voor op min. En 100. Rechts lang, sluit naar 70, lading couperen. Om 50. Om 50, haakpad links 40. En 50. Links 112, min af voor. Opgepast. Top links
A lot of
110
people
lang.
wondering if Freddie Loix has reached his potential. He went from domestic rallying to top 5 finishes on the world scene in a span of just 3 years, but that was back in the mid to late 90s. Since then, still waiting for that first win.
Top even links af voor lang. En 100. Links af voor zeer lang. Sluit naar 130 kort aan den. Links af voor zeer lang, sluit naar 130 kort aan den. Omhoog 75. Even rechts 102 lang. Omhoog 75, even rechts 102 lang. Top 10, links sluit naar 50, laad in borduur. Top 10, links sluit naar 50, laad in borduur. Even rechts, links 82 couperen. 50, laad in borduur. Even rechts, links 82 couperen. Om 50, rechts 60, laad in couperen. Rechts 60, laad in couperen. Links lang. Links lang, sluit naar 110 kort. Links lang sluit naar 110 kort en 50. Even links 100, flying finish licht couperen om 25, ja. Goed. We gaan alleszins toch 34 rapper.
All right, a fast ride in the Hyundai. Now, Colin McRae will start the final day with a lead of over 32 seconds. Burns scrapping with Gronholm in the morning. Behind the top 6, Solberg and Martin have both passed Loeb. The others now too far back to stand any real chance of getting into the points. So, let's hear from the front runners after day 2.
For victory, no, I think we are too far away from Colin. We lost too much on the first day.
To be honest, Colin's been a fair bit quicker than us today. He's taken about 15 seconds off us over the day, so it's going to be tough to beat him tomorrow.
Colin, there's a lead of 32 seconds, enough to win this rally tomorrow?
No, not at all. No. Okay, if we have no problems, then judging on the pace today, possibly it is, but I'm sure Richard and Marcus are going to push very hard tomorrow, and it's so easy to have a problem, a puncture or anything like that, so that it's not comfortable.
We certainly need it, certainly for Colin and the manufacturers. At least it will certainly keep the championship alive, and we got the bonus in Argentina, but really, obviously, we do need a minimum of 10 points here.
And so the last day looks like it could be a real nail-biter. We'll have all the action here on Speed. Then Monday, be sure and get the inside story on Rally Extra. For now, McRae and Grist know what they have to do. They were in a similar position in Cyprus in April. But remember what happened then? 2 crashes, and the lead escaped them. What'll happen tomorrow? Well, tune in and find out. Until then, I'm Dave Smith. So long, everyone.